Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Here we are with the best fridge in the world, possibly? Yeah, maybe not the best in the world, but still pretty good. Alright, we have some stuff to look around. Let's look at this. We can send Kim off, and it's a little tempting. Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Okay, what about this thing over here? Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Oh, nice. Alright, let's go through the hidden door. Very well. There you go. Did it. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Alright, unimportant then. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. What about this thing? Hole in the wall. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. Alright, where are we? Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Looks like all these rifles. He points up at the rifles under the ceiling. Must be an old weapon cache. Sorry. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine a light in the hidden compartment. There is, yes, and there's also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look? I do. Your hand reaches deep in darkness and spider webs rummaging around. You find rusty rifles hidden away. Alright, inspect the rifles. Most of them are rusty and inoperable like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock. In better cosmetic order than the others. Take it, you're a police officer. Police officers carry guns. This one looks nice. An old Belle Magre from the Revolution. Lieutenant notes with approval. His eyes are gleaming. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. What does this mean, a rifle here? It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future. He likes this find. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Not sure how useful that actually is, but Kim seems to be impressed, and that's the important thing, I guess. So we shouted into the darkness, and we heard a voice, and I'm wondering where we're supposed to go with that. There's an ice cream maker still running. Okay. What about the shelf over here? 70 real, some Nosafed. Sure, why not? Take that good stuff. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads into the ice bear fridge, and the black one the ice cream maker nearby. Now, we don't want to unplug either of those, so we're good. Why would we want to... That does seem weird, right? I mean, it's not like it's not drawing enough power. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Okay. What about this thing? Insane mesh tank top. Alright, I gotta look at this. Insane mesh is +1 drama. That's a little tempting. What are we wearing right now? We're wearing the shirt, which gives +1 to our conceptualization. So the drama is only good when we want to convince people to do stuff, but let's look at that actually. What's drama good for? Drama up here. We already have a point in it. Play the actor. Lie and detect lies. See, that's pretty good. So adding more points to drama, not necessarily a bad idea. Right now, we have it in... was it composure? Don't know what our current shirt is right now. What's our current shirt? Conceptualization. Okay. Yeah, so that's how we have 2 points in that. Understand creativity, see art in the world. Huh. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to give that up. It's nice to have options, though. If we need drama, we can switch over to the mesh shirt. Okay. Well, our inventory seems maybe not unlimited, but it looks like it has a scroll bar. So maybe it is unlimited. That'd be cool. That's right. We found a note. We found a note on the fridge. What do we got? The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on the surface. The same thing interesting? Lieutenant leads closer to read the crumpled note over her shoulder. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Alright, sure, read the note. Someone has scribbled, yes, can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP, it's important. I do it myself if I live in a civilized space with a freezer. Take care, Susla. What's a filament memory? It belongs inside a radio computer storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tape, right? It's one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. Okay. We just saw the frozen ice cream maker that's still working? Maybe that's why that's important. Who wrote that note? Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? The lieutenant looks at you, the corner of his mouth curved into a smug grin. You don't have a single clue guess? You mean Kuno. Oh, I'm sure that child would have loved to get his hands on a filament memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our counter. Alright, put the note away. That's actually really important. Fractured bullet. Right, we might as well look at this. I should probably... Well, I don't know if this is going to be a red or white interaction. Either way, I'd like to have the right stuff for it, but I guess we can look at this. The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the bag on the bag with the item number, or filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date, location, bullet was found. Besides its orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower. What do I do with you, Bullet? What? Lieutenant Stepson closer? I said, what do I do with you, Bullet? Well, if I was the Bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me. Good idea. If we find who owns it, we'll likely have found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better. Alright, feel the bullet. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket is split open. It feels cold and went through the bag. Inspect the bullet. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It is blossomed out to reveal a dark gray core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Yellowish metal. That doesn't match copper. And the inside being lead, made to do that to soften. I don't know. It's weird. Look at the jacket. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear, feels standard. And the core? It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. What can you say about the bullet so far? It's a jacketed bullet, close to 5 millimeters in diameter. A jacketed bullet. Okay, it would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzle-loader like those typical found in the streets of Martinez. We were right. This came from a serious weapon. Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it. Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This ought to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while. Try to determine what type of weapon shot this. Well, 50-50. Have a similar rifle on hand gives us a +4. You're aware of the name of the antique rifle you found. Oh. No, we go back. We go back. We go back in time. We do that again. Oh, except we didn't save after we found the secret hole in the wall, did we? Shoot. No, it's fine. We just need to go back this way. So first of all, hold on. Read the note. Maybe that'll give us a better clue anyway. So read the note. Hold on. Where's my interact? There it is. So interact with this. Just dive through this really quick. Read the note. Do all this good stuff. Who wrote the note? What's a filament memory? Where's the legend ginger kid? Kuno. Where's an ice maker? Okay. And done. We'll save the bullet for later right now. So we have this ice cream maker. We have the secret door over here. Okay, so we want to come in and do this. It's my problem for not saving it more often enough, I guess. And do that. Do this. Okay, where are we? Look, there's a hole in the wall. I want to look inside. Get the rifles. Done. This one looks nice. We get the type. And good to go. Okay. Alright, so that catches us mostly up. Now we save. Back here, I might just overwrite the save. What the hell not? Actually, no, let's do a new save, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Now we go ahead and do the bullet thing. I totally forgot what skill it used. Well, I guess we'll find out. We saved more or less where we need to do anyway. So, interact, bullet, and we continue through here. So, what do I do? Feel the bullet. Inspect the bullet closer. Check it. Look at the core. Tell him what it is. Serious weapon. Eye-hand coordination. Oh. Alright. Even chance. There you go. A rifle. Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. Make. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Bell Malgrave rifle, a Revocaolian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields and Sulian theater of the Anticennial Revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Zilliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of those military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Bell Malgrave rifle these days? Antique enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order. Lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. What are you thinking? Bullet? Think I know where this came from. Okay, and? The shot probably came from a Bell Malgrave rifle. An antique? That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez or anywhere in Revocol, really. Why not? Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but laws prohibiting the use of breech-loaders were inherited from the monarchy have been effective for what we've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzleloaders once they get trained with the military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Okay. Makes you consider every shot? I suppose. Yeah, worth what? Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, the third, and so on, come much easier. But back to the investigation. Alright. Seems we're looking for an antique enthusiast. Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself. Alright. Bullet has nothing more to say. We should definitely save after that particular nonsense. Okay. I've got to be doing that way more often. It worked out this time, but if I had waited a little bit too longer, that would have been bad. Okay, so we know something's inside this fridge. Frozen ice cream maker is still running. Let's do this. Orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. It'll turn the crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an anthroponaut. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? Yeah, that's about right. Alright, crack open the lid. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, you need to have your pry bar in your hand, detective. Okay, good. Let's do it. Pry bar. In my left hand? Does that work? Oh, yeah, there we go. We can totally do a wield here. Nice. Alright, let's do a wield. Crack open 3%. Pry bar is not strong enough. -20. -20? It's heroic. Alright. Huh. Is it because I'm not strong enough? Maybe I wonder if I'm putting the flashlight in the wrong hand. Let's swap these over. Let's see if that's better. No, it is definitely not strong enough. Okay, that's not going to do it. We could shut off the fridge. I wonder if that would help. Red one leads to the ice bear fridge, black one leads to the ice cream maker. So unplug the black one. Someone close to you dies of soft electric purr. Why'd you do that? I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason. Lieutenant raises his brows and doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Okay. I'm just wondering if maybe like it had like a powered vacuum or something. Machine unplugged, we get a +2, but it still is not good enough. Alright. Shelf here of anything? That's right, has that. Go ahead and take that. Well, okay, so we're not going to be able to do anything with that, but it's fine. Forget what was in here, but we'll go grab this too. Oh, that's right. The mesh tape. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Intercom wires. And I guess we go upstairs. Oh, that's right. Don't we also have a quest for the union boss to open up a certain door? We didn't do that, but... Oh, interesting. Take us back outside. Okay. So there's an autosave or something? Okay. Well, we looped all the way around. We're supposed to talk to somebody. So we can open that door up. Let me look at the list here. Okay. We can ask Renee about the photo if you really want to. Explain just the word in the secret passages. Open the apartment door forever. Here we go. Open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to obtain the occupant. Okay, so we can put the flashlight away. Probably don't need that either. All right, let's go over here. It's snowing. Seems like that would have helped keep the body fresh. Let's see. Just wondering if there's anywhere else we need to go here. Open the door behind the greenhouse. Okay, so we need to go all the way around. This way? No, not this way. Run all the way back down. Come on. All the way down. Come on. Kind of wish I could zoom out a little bit, but oh, there we go. That's a little bit. Not as much as I wanted, but okay. Oh, not where I wanted to go. Hold on. Down this way. It's up and around, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Okay, all the way around here. We need to wait till 2100 to talk to the smoker. It's supposed to be this door, I think. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Okay. The Royal Line will last a lifetime and then some. We still need the key from Manana. That's what it was. Okay. So we need to go to Manana first, who's probably protesting with everybody else. Totally forgot about that. Has been a couple episodes, to be fair. We gotta run all the way back. Kim has mentioned our running before, kind of exhausting, but that's how it goes, Kim. In your adventure, you've got to learn to run. That's how it goes. And what's a detective other than just a type of adventurer? So Mignana, wasn't that the guy on the stairs? I think it was. Mignana? Or that might be Mignana. Let's go say hello.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Okay. It was nice enough. It's been a rest area on the path leading across open plains, he notes solemnly, then turns to you, wide smile adorning his face. Right, we talked to the boss eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Alright, well, Everett said you had a key to the door. A key, huh? He runs his fingers through his mustache. What door is this key supposed to open? Well, he said it belonged to a weasel. Oh, see no more. I got you. Taps the side of his nose with a little wink. Got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Alright. Saw an opportunity, I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. Yeah, not so sure about the hustle grind, but he waves at you. You know, it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is the basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling and rags. That's all I know. Organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means you keep out of each other's business. Okay, but where'd you get the key from? The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. His gaze wanders off in the distance. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling, what's it for? He doesn't wait for your answer. To feed our children, I guess. Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person, when he'll be home? He shakes his head. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we're fighting for. The man takes his big sip from his flask. Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting. Why are you striking? We're negotiating our share. Your share? Aye, seems pleased with himself. So, not wages or pensions or this stuff. They already covered. At least you got the benefits. That's something. It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place. Alright, how large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now, we want all the harbor workers to be on the company board, so they take part in the decision-making process. You communist? No. Pause to think for a moment. I don't think I'm a communist. Saying something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Alright. The stuff you do aligns admirably well with the World Republic, so why not call yourself a communist? I have nothing against communists. They're honorable boyaderos. He takes a quid from his flask, and they have a good analysis. But my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I'll have to submit to do it. Which may well be communism. Alright. It sounds like you're a communist who thinks he's not doing enough to call himself one. See, I'm primarily a lazy person. He looks very amused as thinking about some private joke or mystery. Alright. The boss man, Everett. What can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you met him. He shrugs. In my eyes, he's a capable organizer and decent businessman. What does bossing the union entail anyway? I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners and other relevant parties, watches out for his own. By that you mean corruption? By the heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see, and in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciated him. He is, personally, not too lavish. That death seemed pretty lavish to me. He's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Not you would like to say, but then there's that weasel door. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. He spread his arm wide, using the reach to show how much time he has. Fortunately, there's always time. The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider if need be, an endless torrent of time. Hey, you're the man with the boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. Yeah, he smiles. That little boy did good in his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble? To sick the pigs on me? Pardon the choice of words. Not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into the armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'd make his prison bitch. He got eyes everywhere. The cops in his pocket. He's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me in trouble. He smiles. One bad move is all it takes. So Kuno used us to, what, scare you? It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then. The probe into the armor. What did you learn? I learned the people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What else? Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I just been researching the armadura. Let's say I have friends in the library. He explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy I last saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. That's where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore if they never did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them, I did. Okay. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces. Okay, these are definitely like quest things. I'm going to find 1 piece. Nice and balanced, Lieutenant nods. Some junior officers can take care of the rest. Smart choice, Mustache Man agrees. It's only that one spot you need armor, too. The one the bullet hits. Okay, thank you for the cooperation. No problem. He finally takes us away from the flask. You see that kid? Tell him... Thank him for calming me Nana. Thank him for showing me the way. He is sincerely grateful he's not tracking down pieces of armor right now. Any idea who killed the hangman? The mercenary, eh? He shrugs. Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? Shakes his head solemnly. Alright, let's change the topic. And that's pretty much it. Wow, you work hard. I do? Oh yeah, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide. What hard work do I do exactly? Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. This is a sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way. You won't let it break you. You ride. Fucking ride till you die? That's just what it's like. Life and death. You got gills in your side, baby. You got those black papers, the faces, the innocence on them. You bring in the Frankenganos and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a Monty printer. Yeah, I mean, I did take that bribe from the Joyce woman. Oh yeah, you take the bribe hard. You're a killer. I mean, and I also got that giant novelty check from Evart. Wasn't easy to get that giant novelty check from Evart. It took some ingenuity to get in the harbor, but you got in, you took that bribe as hard as any cop's taking it. You could say I also took money from Manana guy, too. You didn't log in his donation either. You didn't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider. Guess I made some gills, sure. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth, but you still hustle 24/7, ride or die? Now ask yourself. Are you rich? No. That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? I mean, it's partially Gart, but also largely I have no idea. As is the taxes, G-Man's got his jam cover sticky figures in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Really? Every time I sneeze? Every time you wipe your ass, they got your direct and their indirect modes of taxation: sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony, one tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for money from you here. Total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money. Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed, can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? I like how you can opt in, but only a little. Alright, bleeding nipples are kind of a pain, but now, how will deregulation help with that? It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates, and don't you fucking forget it. Okay, so we get a new thought from that. That's hilarious. Are we still working on Mazio? No, we still... Yeah, and unfortunately it gives us -1 visual calculus and -1 authority, so that's not great. There's indirect modes of taxation, which we can't internalize because we still have Mazio. So if we forget this, and it's probably a good idea to do that, because we need the visual calculus and the authority. So we forget that. Oh, that takes a skill point? Okay, we can unlock this for a new skill point. That's... Okay, we have multiple contradictory thoughts in our head at any one time. You know what? Sure. Let's do it. So now it's unlocked. We get indirect modes of taxation, which now we can internalize. Gives us -2 empathy. I'm not sure about this. Well, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Okay, we still got 2 skill points. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to find 1 armor piece somewhere. Find the murder weapon. Wash up the death smell. Yeah, you know, we should do that pretty soon. Let's hit the doomed commercial area. Oh, that's right. We said... Yeah, that's right. We almost talked to her, too. That was so close to being done, and then I walked away from it. Okay, hold on. Gotta go back down. Down. How do I go down? There we go. I also should probably... Hold on. Let's look at the options really quick. Some of these things have been really loud. I'm not sure what it is either. Environment volume? Let's knock that down, let's say 2 steps. Like when we're playing with the ice machine? No, it's the refrigerator. That's right. We played the refrigerator. And basically got our ears shoved in the hard way. Alright, in here. Probably need the flashlight again. Okay. She said she removed the curtain. What the hell that means? Hold on. Back over this way. Autosave's a weird point, but sure. Could help us. Okay, refrigerator there. So I guess we're supposed to look through here and climb up. No, that's not it. Maybe over this side? There was some stuff over here that we kind of just walked right past. Because we walked through a door and I didn't mean to. We should still... Oh, wow. We definitely need the flashlight for this. Okay. Flashlight, please. Thank you. There's that door. Or whatever this is. Oh, that's not a door. That's a... Okay. Frequency fireplace. The old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being? The symbols seem very esoteric. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6.7.9. Some written notes, too. Spare and cryptic. Radio frequencies for what? Unclear. Looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. Of course, the anatomy of the curse. Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one red heart titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen into any station at once. Looks like a surveillance program. Who's the Game Master? Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. If it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call into a calling station, it looks like. A list of names under the station suggests people across 6 isolas would be playing Mundi, Isulunde, Katla, Grad, Samara, and even Illamara. My god. Lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their life project became. Why do you say that? The schedule. He looks at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. Just lines on marble and echo from times long gone. No one's used a fireplace in ages. Okay. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Also a great elf right there. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Alright, inspect the drawings. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You can make out autumnal candle Welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent Welkins with organs shining under their skin. Even Aether Welkins, hiding from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all these creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. Alright, examine. It is Varhamara, a high Welkin. His face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Holder, the Dwerg, the humans, and even the Headless Men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin. Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin rule them all. Lieutenant can't help but comment. An inordinate amount of time is dropping into creatures, these little Walkin creatures. Okay, why would anyone spend so much time? Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Who are all these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Alright, well, one of them's a Walkin supremacist. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too. Kim nods at the Walkin's facial hair. This has been educational. Let's move on from the Walkins. Let's look at those details. So much effort. Inspect the photos. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds abandoned in a storm, animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine. a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as the world becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." Holy shit, that would be devastating. Inspect the schedule. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily mini-me, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks like a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Keep on reading what happened. As time goes on, the numbers in the box grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region. The lieutenant looks at the refrigerated ice field. Nothing this includes. Looks like they didn't make it. A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the production schedule filament for details." Inspect the notes. The handwriting is only partially legible, but you can make out the 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, Whirl Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, "Heat Death of the Universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom, snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. Heat Death of the Universe is actually tied with it? Alright, Kim, what do you want to know?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Did someone try to exercise the curse using technology? No, that's not it. I think the Lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment. Okay. How are they planning to do that? Through call-in stations. He nods at the fireplace. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He looks a little hooked. Has anyone ever done this before? Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messiana, Kogenstein, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has ever attempted to create an Interi-Solar game before. We just don't have that technology. This was a role-playing game? Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway, he points to the chalkboard. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We're All board game, with heat death thrown in. What do you suppose happened to the company? No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Alright. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. The curse got them? I don't know. Maybe it was just a play to cheat money out of their investors? I don't think so. I think they genuinely believed... Kim looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor. Okay. He concludes. Let's keep moving. Okay, so that's the computer there that we can't really do anything with. Is this thing over here? I don't think we remember to look at that. Okay, money. And this thing, hello. Okay, more money. Anything else? Stuff over here. Production schedule filament memory. Ooh. Alright. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Skis with Slipstream printed on the material. Okay, well, since we have a filament memory, we might be able to turn on the computer and actually do something with it. Let's try that. Computer. This thing over here. Probably not wise to run in the dark. Oh, there's another door over here. I don't see anything over there, but we'll see. Okay, so we can turn on... let's see. Enter the production schedule. It's like a smooth drawer. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Alright, play it. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static sweeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be the dismembered heart beginning to flutter? Oh no, it was already glowing, now it's making a sound? It's probably some alien saillight technology. Static gets louder, slowly filling up the giant in horror, until a voice speaks out, crackling and cold, cutting into the air. Good morning, Fortress Accent en Rue de Saint-Clerson. This is East Elysium Repeater, Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? What's the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. I mean that glowing thing? Yes. Is that the production schedule? As far as I know. Good. Please repeat the password. You should ask it for a hint. Password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? No. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. This is the police. Please open this thing. I'm contractually obligated to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with the Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament. I'm afraid we're not doing that unless we want to wait for a month. Now, can you please repeat the password? The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air. I don't know the password. Received. I will register this login attempt. That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Why'd you call me Fortress Accident? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to. Do you have any other information about this company? One moment. Here, flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says. And what's this interactive call-on radio play? The static drowns her response. Any other questions? You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. Alright. That's all for now. Thank you, goodbye. Tiles in the cube are still smoldering. Okay, well, remove it. We need to look for a password, apparently. No idea. Oh, did I just get the item back? That's probably what it was. Yeah, we just got the item back. Okay. Not currently helpful. Alright, so we need a password for it, but where we're going to find that, I honestly have no idea. So let's go over this way then. Eventually. There you go. I thought maybe this room... Oh, okay, we're supposed to go upstairs anyway, so I think this is right. There's a lot of stuff in here. This place is huge. The floorboards creak. Okay. Shoes in the puddle of melting snow. Something over here. Postcard La Delta 51. Alright. And that does what for me? The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midnight traffic passes overhead. The ghosts of skyscraper disappear in a beige midday mist, vaporizing from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. I'm sure that's useful for something, but I don't know what. Alright, and we go over here. Oh, there we go. We can probably put away the flashlight now. Tools, and put that away. There you go. The tray is full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Why would you... Okay. Just this guy to talk to. Let's do it.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about glitching. Let's see. What do you mean by Milius?
Yes, a Milius is like a calling station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Well, you must have me confused with someone else, because I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-light fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones are light, but her hands are strong. Now it's looking for something else. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with a row of precious stones and minerals. This person means you or no one else absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. Okay, what do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags? Nothing, didn't know him. Who cares about dead body? We won't be dealing with a malignant entity here. Lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window. Your window looks directly into the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday? I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on while I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. What do you mean by daily ruckus? Well, there's always something going on in Whirling's backyard. She stops to try and come up with an example. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. She looks up at the window. Pale light comes in. I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. You never took your eyes off your work to look out the window? I might have, she admits. But in this case, all I could have seen would have been my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. Do you often work Sunday nights? It's not a profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home. That didn't answer the question, but okay. How did you become a dice maker? How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field, with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew from there. Do you like role-playing games yourself? Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers, they're nice people. Where I'd like to order. Where are we anyway? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of cold black soot here and there. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus. But Sans was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Creative. Lieutenant looks around the spacious room, ceiling fading in the shadows above. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area? I've heard the story, she nods as the wind howls in from the furnace shaft above. But I don't think those stories are true. How do you explain what happened to all those companies then? It's just capitalism, she shrugs. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures after they fail. That's actually true. But Sanchez is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies. Placence, the bookshop lady? She raises her brows. I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's just still up and running. What about the Whirling in Rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. Hold on, the Whirling is part of the doomed commercial area? You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time under the East Delta Commerce Center project. Yeah, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. Actually, that's actually true. The Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waiters just took off and the customers have trouble paying the bills. And then there's me, she sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving flies to wire cutters. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it? Because she's in cahoots with the demons. Yeah, maybe because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The dice mister erupts into laughter. What, so the curse only affects the people with poor work ethic? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism. The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest. Alright. Alright, I'm starting to see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Exactly, she pinches the root of her nose. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I have with today? Well, Placenta's is not going to like what you have to tell her, but she's right. Low. Alright, do you know what? After the other tenants, everyone else is gone. More or less. She adjusts her yellow scarf that covers her hair. You interested in anything specific? Well, there used to be a hair salon here, right? Yes, I think that was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out the working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that world. You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you. Okay. I guess I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles. Me neither. I just want it off my face. She tucks a strand of her hair under her scarf. Yeah, that's about right. So what happened to the gym? It wasn't merely a gym. It was Armatep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Who was Armatep? A kind man from Zimisk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym as a way of giving back. How did that community project work out? It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. You should have known it. Eventually, the coalition took away the funding, and the club went bankrupt. That was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. What's up with the broken windows? Oh, this one's a mess, she sighs. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for a listener group that was producing stuffed milieux. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. It's on my own. What's a snuff milieu? It's a sub-rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it. What does she mean to... You don't want to know. Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with the unlicensed sub-rosas, the Lieutenant assures you. This isn't our problem. Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. Did someone here make stuffed animals? You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly does his drugs. What? Rogers immediately. Alright. What about creepy mannequins? There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I've forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years until the insect rights activists came in. Insect right activists? What in the name of... that atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. You know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin suppliers, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. Actually, insects do have brains, she corrects you, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far. As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up, they're not moving. Anything else? What's this, rotor blades and skis? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tallulah or Tichimuri or Kashit Kor or wherever he is. Interesting. What do the transmissions say? The usual, I imagine. He's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them as soon as he returns. Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you. Men like that are a curse, the man is stern. Sure, but Slipstream is history now. Other remaining assets got seized by bailiffs in 47. I have no idea whether skis and blades are still lying around the house. Not much use now, I guess. There's a strange machine? Fortress accident, the radio game studio. She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once I saw two of them get into fisticuffs over We're All. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. What do you mean liberal? What happened? The usual. They ran out of money, couldn't get a project done in time. What went wrong? Well, I did hear them talking at times. She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break. They seem to believe they were historical individuals in some grand quest. From what I've seen so far, the project did seem quite impressive. Yeah, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time. She's right, showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking. Alright. I would have supported them. Their project looked great. Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings. She tossed a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk. The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like a snowfall. Anything else? There's the terrifying taxidermy bear. Oh, is it taxidermied? That big giant polar bear fridge? Oh boy, the fabled Revocol Ice City. You're in for a real treat here. She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees like she's a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about the other ideas. Alright, what was the other idea? There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slip behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared disturb their bored magazine browsing. She leans back, disapproving. Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Yeah, I know a girl just like that. She works in Frite as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. Employing sulky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they can always come in packs. I'm talking about the acne-riddled girlfriends who really like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with the Revocol Ice City. And they really had the bear. She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear? The bear, she repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either. Half the cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revocol Ice City lost a price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000s were caramel sundaes for only 5 cents apiece, out of regular fridges. Well, I'm sure the bear was doing its best. Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean. How come? He said the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on the Descendants. He called it Megatherion. Scary, but cool. What's a vision beast? It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly. A wise and noble beast, guiding you towards the land where streets are paved with drugs. The horrific necktie tightens around your neck. Strangely excited, but it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around. Not now, you beast. What? You ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you? No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do. How about horrific neckties? Do normal people have horrific neckties? Neckties? Her eyes move to the piss-colored cloth around your neck. I guess they do sometimes, officer, but I don't understand if that's relevant to our discussion. I don't know why we got experience for that, but that's hilarious. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the morning light. Her eyes follow idly. Little sparkling embers under the window. Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There is snow. Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time. Other questions? 28%. I mean... Sure, why not? If we fail this, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we failed it. Alright, leave it at that. And we're good to go. Okay, well that'll do for this episode. Thanks for watching. This has been Disco Elysium. I'm Piece Universe, you're Piece Universe 2, and I'll see you guys next time.